Turn to ban. Dire team ban. Team Liquid's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
Overanalyzed. Look at that ban. Yeah. That's interesting. That's a lot of respect from Liquid. They've put the Naga in the bans.
I think they recognize that this hero allows this the lane opportunities from Pain, where they can do this aggressive and mess up the idea that Liquid has of the game. So I do like this adaptation.
Same 3 bans from Pain.
And let's see, are Liquid going to open NP for the 3rd straight match?
Dire team pick.
Oh,
Windranger at your service.
Hello. I personally love it.
And backstage, Slax is kicking something.
Ask me now, right now. Which team do you think will win? I go Liquid.
Right away?
It's a Windranger, man. I bet against Windranger.
Has a little bit of a Windranger fixation.
I do have a little bit.
Wow, if there's anything that could make him more happy than a major in the UK, it's a major in the UK where Liquid first picks Windranger.
And then they just need to pick a Jakiro.
See, and then we're happy. We're all in. I'm done. My job here's done.
Acropire. Oh my God.
If that advert comes on anymore, swear to God.
I think Blitz said it during the game too. I'm pretty sure I heard him say it at least once.
Okay, so first pick, Windranger for Liquid. A little bit different, a little bit funky.
Well, in all seriousness, I think it's reasonable for them. It is a flex pick. You could see Miracle on it in lane. You could see GH.
We've talked about this 4-5 Windrunner as well, so yeah, it's in there, isn't it?
I mean, this hero can go like anywhere, right? Maybe not. Maybe actually, I could even
offlane.
Offlane. I can see this hero actually positioned anywhere.
Really?
Right now. Yep.
So
I really do think so.
There's actually been a lot of debate I've heard about that, whether this hero can offlane now.
I've seen some situations where he's been safe lane carry, where you have somebody that boosts him. Sorry, I've seen the player that's playing it.
Turn to pick.
So they're gonna respond with, "Wow, that's a really quick pick, PL."
Wow. Phantom Lancer.
So that is not what I thought.
Do you know, this is one of those moments in the draft, boys, where I go, thank God I'm a host. And you guys are the experts.
Yeah, same. Let me just...
Get back here. Don't you leave me on an island over here.
Oh, man.
So obviously what we saw from Matilmaman in game 1 on PL was enough to justify the first phase. And Miracle is an excellent mid-PL player as well, depending on the matchup. That's what I think the big strength of this Liquid Open is it indeed, if these are 2 cores, they're 2 cores that if you buy into Fox Theory from a moment ago, that can play in all 3 lanes.
Yeah, that's true. They could have a lot of variety here. They didn't even look at what Pain was going to pick, though. They snap-picked that before the Disruptor or Clockwork even came up. They were just like, well, they came up for a second, but they already had it decided that they wanted PL. So they're changing it up. They are not focusing on Wii. They're focusing on Tavo in those 4th, 5th bans.
You know what? And I think that's 100% correct.
I kind of like it too, especially after that last game when we see the Pango. And I mean, if you're going to be running PL, you probably want to take out Pango too.
10 seconds remaining.
Neat. I'm really wow. The Windranger just insta-picked. What's it like in this tournament? I feel like I haven't seen it as much as I was expecting to see it. To be honest, I know they ran it yesterday versus Vici. I don't remember who played it though. At least on Liquid.
You want to know how many times it's been played here? 3.
Yes. Yeah. 3. Okay.
2 out of 3 so far. I've been banned 3 times.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. We've all heard about the support Windranger, and we saw Crit ran that. Okay.
GH played it yesterday, and he went to Meteor Hammer.
Been talking about it with Mad since January.
But the theory behind this hero and why she was supposed to come into the meta was the core Windranger was supposed to be viable as well, and that I haven't necessarily been convinced by, based on the pro matches I've seen.
Did you see G's game yesterday?
Yeah, G.
He had Slaughter.
Holy, exactly.
He had Slaughter.
Enabler.
Yeah. Slaughter makes it a total different beast.
But GH Slaughter is actually this is okay. Oh, Pain, I love you. Look at this. I think Underlord was 100% the pick here.
Did you see Kuro's reaction to that?
I didn't see.
What was his reaction?
Yeah, it's just like.
No, it's a beautiful pick. You see two physical damage heroes that are really reliant on a lot of attacks, lots of multiple smallish instances of damage. Atrophy Aura is going to, and then into the Crimson Guard is going to crush the damage output of now the first 3 picks by Liquid. I love this Underlord here.
Good, yeah, it's just very good hero versus PL. You're always going to be able to find the real PL easily with Firestorm with Pit too. And Liquids, they still go for the Nature's Prophet, but this time now they have Wind Ranger too, so they have the pairing that they can always go for those Sprout Shackles, and that's the Ember. So they've got a lot of root and keeping people inside of the pit. So with Disruptor Clock, Ember.
What is the rule? What is the rule with Pain Gaming? Isn't it don't give Wii one of his best heroes and then you can beat
a good first 4 picks by Pain.
It is nice. Yeah. This is I mean, Ember versus PL, we've seen some of the times it goes kind of both ways, to be honest. If the PL is too far ahead, Ember tends to kind of just tickle him.
Like the OD can punish the Ember Spirit really hard. This is now going to be a support win, probably a support win. You could see the Nature's Prophet shifted back into that position if Liquid want to get really cute. But right now, remaining. OD is the only pick for Liquid that is not affected by the Underlord, and I think that's the rationale where you now move Wind Ranger and possibly also the NP back to your supports. Yeah, right. So that Atrophy Aura doesn't crush you.
Last time they played the Wind Ranger was yesterday against VG, and it was GH on the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, I think I'd still. Maybe they could run the Nature's.
That was a 4th pick Wind Ranger as well, by the way.
I mean, I'm okay. I think the Wind Ranger support, of course. I think those are your 3 cores: the PL, Nature's Prophet, OD. I think the last pick should be something like that Slardar, that Sanking, someone to start the fights, because I think that's what they're lacking right now in Liquid.
I think you do. So, I think you either go Slardar, or you shift that Wind Ranger back. You shift the Wind Ranger and your support. I know it's an awkward.
We don't have enough data on here because the only time they played Wind Ranger in the last year and a half was yesterday on GH.
Yeah, I kind of think I want them. I know I said Slardar and Sanking. I think I'm maybe leaning a little towards Sanking because then it gives them team fight. And I feel like they lack team fight right now.
And you think leave Wind Ranger as a core?
No. So Wind Ranger, Sanking supports.
Okay.
PL, Prophet, OD cores.
Yep.
Yeah, and I guess you get enough value out of the Nature's Prophet because you can build utility items.
So you'd run the SK as a 5?
I think you can run the Wind Ranger as a 5.
Yeah. It was GH yesterday.
Yeah, I know. And I usually do see it, of course, as the 4. You go like that over Venom, and you're just that super obnoxious hero.
That's the thing. More and more I'm thinking, Liquid have run NP as a 5 with Kuro.
They have. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely an option. I agree.
That's more likely, isn't it? But they rarely pick a support 5th.
Yeah,
I like. It's usually a miracle hero 5th.
I mean, think about it. You can go like a Darkseer 5th, get super wave clear, get those utility items up, still have the Nature's Prophet TPing around.
See, they've banned the lone druid, so, the coddle, so they
think it's going to be a support.
They think it's a support.
They ran that yesterday. Wind Ranger plus coddle, Wind Ranger plus coddle supports.
It is the Slardar.
It had to be Slardar Sanking, right?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. You were right, Fuck. You were right.
And this is the way that I like the point that Kevin made earlier today. He was talking about you see these heroes that negate so much. These Crimson Guards are being built. These Greaves, etc. Slardar, Shadow Demon, Team Spirit's approach to negating that, and this time it's the
Slardar Wind Ranger.
And it's a Slardar Wind Ranger. So maybe now it is going to be Slardar Nature's Prophet supports.
Indeed, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Right? Because then you're at least benefiting from the focus fire and that corrosive haze.
Yeah, I think you might be right because I think it's such a tough core NP game, right? You think about it as you're having to push towers against an Underlord. You can get chased around by Ember Spirit. It's a really tough mind control NP game.
Yeah, I think I'm liking Wind Ranger and Wind Ranger as a core, but.
Oh man,
Pain. It's our last pick. I mean, these drafts. This is much more even at this. I
like both drafts. These drafts.
Pain's last pick. What is HFN gonna play?
Oh man. Luna? No, this is
choose your hero.
Goodness! So sorry, hold on, because we can't play both heroes.
Ember safe playing TA mid.
We're going back to WTA. That's a sick swap up at the end if HFN can play the Ember. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Interesting. Okay.
What a great draft. That might be one of the more fun drafts.
Yeah, that was.
I like this.
Man,
that was a lot of fun.
Series has delivered.
I don't know.
It does leave a lot of headaches for you guys, though, as you need to figure out kind of where things might.
This is where I wish we had the players.
Yeah, quite. Yeah.
And I don't even care.
Nice.
I don't care. I don't care who wins this one. Honestly, both drafts look awesome. They look like a lot of fun.
We're playing with house money.
You're playing with house money at this point. Yeah, because you kind of got the last one. That was your freebie, wasn't it? To get Pain to get to this point. So 1-1. So you don't really care who wins?
Nah. This one just looks like a lot of fun.
Just want to see great Dota.
It seems.
I still like Liquid a little more. I think the two big cores of Pain are punishable here, but man, if they go off like they did last game, this is just going to be sick.
I don't understand this. I try and do my job. I try and listen to them. And they say they want Pain Gaming and they're fanboys and they're willing them on in the second game. And then it comes to game 3 and they're like, well, I think Liquid look better. And,
I didn't say that.
Right, let's go over to our commentators who are ready for game number 3. Boys, Wind Ranger Slaughter.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Blitz, you know, Biggie once said that you're nobody until somebody kills you. I feel like in Dota it's a little bit opposite, right? Where you're nobody until you actually kill somebody. And Pain, they brought down what? Navi, they brought down, who else did they bring down? Newbie, they brought down a failing Newbie, right? Those aren't really like the big fish, right? But Liquid in a game 3, if they can bring them down, right? They failed against OG, but they have a second chance here. If they bring down Liquid, it would be monumental, and it would be great to start out with the first blood. Unfortunately, they missed out on it.
Good call, by the way, by Fogged on the Slardar pick. That's very well done. But they were wrong about who was playing what.
Yeah.
As this is a support Wind Ranger, support Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Core Slardar.
Very important. The core Slardar. I think it's just like you need that kind of strong initiation. You need that strong front line, right? Very important.
I like your quote, by the way. I have another one for you.
Oh, yeah.
Omar, The Wire.
Oh, yeah?
You come at the king, you best not miss.
All right, well, I will follow up that quote soon. The Cogs push back onto Matumbaman, keeps him away from that boundary rune, and...
Doesn't get it, but Tavo is dropping dangerous.
Yeah, Tavo, if you could just straight out get a first block, these blocks, but then straight out, Tavo, he commits to his death, he knows he's dead, and he just throws out the fire.
Once in a while, Kuro just likes to remind people that even though he's playing 5, he's like, I'm still very good at Dota.
Hey, I will follow up your quote about Omar. Come at the king, you best not miss. Here's the thing about most kings, Will.
Okay.
Most kings get their heads shot off. So, you know, what is this? He's just going to be trying to babysit Matumbaman. Meanwhile, we're going to have a Wind Ranger Slardar aggro dual lane into the Ember Spirit Disruptor.
No, my favorite part about that quote too is it's completely true when it comes to Dota. It doesn't matter if you take a game on good teams. You don't win the series. I can tell you so many examples where people got hyped for a second, like, well, this team, they took a game off them in a best-of-3. That was the complexity special for a really long time. They take a game off like LGD, and then they would lose the best-of-3.
Like, wow, it must be a fantastic team then. They took
Nobody remembers that. All that you'll remember in the standings is, did Pain win, did Liquid win? That's all that counts. This third game erases everything else.
Oh, the curl. He ran back into the Cogs.
Okay, maybe, wait, what?
He likes to remind people. Yeah. Can he teach you? He has no mana. He's so dead. There's no way he could juke this, right? No way he could juke this. Oh, one hit from Tavo.
That was pretty cool for a second.
It'll finish him off. That's a classic juke. Tavo knew what was coming.
Tavo saw it all the way through. 1-1 is the scoreline so far. As up at top lane, the ping comes out. What are we going to see here? Absolutely nothing as the stun flies out onto Weehaw. He's starting to get low, has the flame guard, won't do anything.
They can just dive underneath the tower constantly. They've got physical damage, like a lot of physical damage from this, right? The Slardar Crush, then the Wind Ranger constant right clicks. I feel it's like one of the supports that does the most physical damage in the laning phase. Yeah.
This is going to be pretty annoying for him. His flame guard doesn't really matter in this lane either.
No.
And once the game starts to scale, if he gets hit by shackles at all, he'll just die as HFN.
All right, HFN is really pushing this to limits right now. Oh no, I think he might. Healing Salve will keep him alive, but he just lost his healing Salve. So that still means he's in the losing lane scenario. Dive in on a Weehaw, he's dead again. HFN, we're still going to check on him to make sure he doesn't die. Miracle is out of mana though. He no longer has any more Mind Control. Mind Control missed out on the stun. King RD will stay alive. The Battery of Soul is still going. Mind Control just can't get the aggro off him. Finally gets it off with 1 hit left. King RD still being chased by these treants. Mind Control is thinking about it. He thinks he can get this kill, but he can't get away from the treants. They're too much. And now Mind Control and GH will make sure Duster dies as well. That kinetic field will lock them both in, but he spotted for a moment, and that's a moment too much. Kuro gets the double kill.
That was very well done by the Liquid supports. GH popping the salve right in front of the tower, trading aggro left and right. That is classic Liquid, and they are going to be rewarded for their efforts with 3 kills in this top lane, already up to a 2K gold lead at just 3 minutes into the game. That is unreal. And this mid lane is completely crushed.
This feels like it's a laning phase that Pain really needed to go well. right? Because they have to fear this Phantom Lancer OD later on to the game. They need a good running start for this Templar Assassin and Ember Spirit to be able to jump off.
Yeah. Last time they were able to enable HFN so much, which paid off big time as the game went later. Tavo also had a very decent laning phase. This time around, they're losing 2 out of 3 lanes. The third lane, yes, the Underlord is doing pretty well, but the Phantom Lancer is still free farming. Not ideal situations at all for Pain. But this is still a pretty cool...
Kuro's gonna come in. Tavo, he may be able to just stand in the fire against Mataba Man, but now Kuro with the extra damage will make sure Tavo does die.
Yeah, the benefit of the support Nature's Prophet is he can be anywhere and everywhere. We see that already as he gets the kill at bottom, rotates up to top, starts that dive, and immediately manages to make his way down again.
And we've seen this problem many times. HFN, prison underneath the tower, will take a couple extra shots. The Disruptor, right? It's like the Disruptor aggroed. I mean, you get aggroed, you don't really do enough for you in that laning phase. Can't really go anywhere else to make things happen.
This is the downside of the hero, is that when you are aggroed in the lane, because he's so single target focused, and he doesn't really have a lot of kill potential, like Disruptor works best in situations where you can enable it. As at top, King RD gonna get hit by the nuke.
Shots out of Fox. Can he somehow push out these heroes? Oh, nice. Shackled onto 2. They need to be able to get GH, the final nuke, to finish off King RD.
Weehaw, you don't want to be here.
Turn around on Weehaw. Weehaw, again, that Flame Guard not really doing anything to protect him against this physical damage. Mind Control's just going to make sure they get one more crush, but he doesn't actually land it. But GH will still get the kill. The Flame Guard fades, and GH will finish him off.
Joke's on you guys, though. Pain picked up 4 bounty runes.
Those are pretty important. We laugh, but bounty runes are a lot of gold.
I'm laughing because it's funny that they just took 4.
7-1.
Oh, Weehaw gonna get gone on again. Has a Flame Guard available. Instantly eats his way through, but he's being chased down. He's already got a crest.
Oh, Sleight of Fist, but Mind Control held on to the stun long enough to be able to get it. Weehaw. One more shot for Kuro. That'll finish him off. He'll be stuck underneath the tower, so he'll die. King RD will also pick up Mind Control in the process. So it's a decent HFN. He kills Miracle. A huge solo kill for HFN to bring the lane back to him.
Oh, he absolutely.
Oh, they got the glimpse back. The win run, it's run out. GH is going to be pushed by the cogs as well. Double kill for Duster. Pain Gaming, they just turn things around big, and they all tip GH.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Miracle's going to join in on the fun, too. Kuro will do it as well. They're all flaming GH together.
This is the best thing that's happened to professional Dota. I hate people that are just like, well, you shouldn't do stuff like that. At bottom, Tavo gonna get gone on.
Go for the TP out. He's fine.
He's easy out. And Pain hitting back in a big way. Led by the 4 bounty rune pickup. Let's not forget about that.
It really was the game changer, even though it had really no impact on the game whatsoever actively.
As I gloss over your words in this mid lane, Miracle. Just continuing to try to come back with the farm. 600 net worth behind that TA who's got stacks to go to HFN. Had such an early rough start. He's doing just fine right now.
Bro, he's just stumbled into the wrong neighborhood. HFN had a double damage, and he cannot get away from that battery assault.
That's a farm Nature's Prophet too, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a medallion already. That's what led to that kill up at top. He is valuable. He can't afford to give up kills like this. HFN.
Tavo, this time around, he does not have a TP up, so hit by the shackle, but a bigger kill in mid. Miracle. Launching by the kinetic fields, he didn't even need the glimpse.
Tavo does die, but Miracle, once again, you need a snowball in a game like this as your OD. If you look at their lineup, there's not a ton of team fight on the side of Liquid. Not a lot of hard breakdown. HFN could just go insane right now. It's tips.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And this is like the next level of gaming, right?
Yeah.
It's the 6th opponent. It's trying not to tilt to the tips.
I feel really good about any team that they're all tipping together. It shows a certain amount of team coordination outside of the game, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like a dance routine.
Yeah.
It's like who followed it the best. So far, Pain in this like invisible 6 category right now, they're killing it.
They're destroying in the
They're
tip
5K
game.
net worth up in that. It might not lead to anything in game, but at bottom, King RD, he's already level 5, almost has a level 6. He's gotten a lot out of getting those kills, in GH, who was so successful early, is starting to lack in levels right now. These 2 supports just ambling around. Not really sure where they're supposed to be next.
And it feels like the pressure they put on the Underlord, it doesn't really do anything, right? This Underlord still gets the farm. Maybe it's just because they wanted to be able to create some space for BIRMINGHAM to have a successful PL game. They're going to be able to find the Slar here. Underneath the tower manage to get the Cogs on top of him as well. So even if he gets the stun out, he just can't get out of the Cogs. 9-8 now, and it's Pain Gaming taking the net worth lead for the first time in this game.
Yeah. Weehaw has played the sacrificial role perfectly. Died 4 times, but just continues to plug away. He's below his clockwork in both levels and farm.
Yeah, the supports were definitely the winners of that top lane. Yeah, and even if they got 0 CS.
He's trying to soak up XP right now on this TA. He's already got that first Mithril Hammer.
Oh, look at that. Double slow. Duster comes in with the kinetic field. But GH is here. Shackled, not going to land. That's very important because Miracle was ready to die for it. In fact, they brought BIRMINGHAM as well as Kuro here. Now, if Duster dies for this, it's going to be fine, but they can't afford to lose HFN, and that's immediately why Kuro goes for that target. Trying to get the TP out. The imprisonment came out from Miracle just in time. He'll come back. A lot of damage on HFN. Tries to throw it for the OD. OGH, pop the trap. There we go. Templar Assassin was dead. And that's it. He was able to do something useful.
I think he could have just gone out, but he stayed around for just a little bit too long.
Yeah.
They were both so low on the side of both Duster and HFN, not really in fight territory. Tavo gonna TP in, trying to help things out. Kuro, you don't have boots, you gotta be careful about that.
Cogs, let's help him in. Find the good doppelganger on. He will successfully get out of the Cogs.
Airport's a little bit low, has to be careful, only at 200 health, but no glimpse available on the Duster.
Every coin helps.
Level 10, who's gonna get the bounty runes? GH picks up 1.
Goes for another. But Duster might be able to punish him. GH is gonna run down. Can they really get the kill, though, with the Tavo? They're going to need a good kinetic field with the Firestorm on top of it. GH holds on to his win run, pops it now, but it's so much magic damage, and now Duster just needs a little bit more. Good shackle shot turnaround, but Tavo, one more right click, get him. Ah, he's got him. There we go. Lightning will be enough. GH knows that he is dead. King RD looks like he also knows he's dead. He's being chased down by Mind Control.
Nice pickup by them. Liquid needed something like that as they take the very slight gold lead back, but HFN now starting to clear through some of these ancients. It's more than halfway to his Desolator too. It's just 10 minutes into the game.
Miracle getting some damage on that mid tower. Important to be able to get that damage in because the Templar Assassin is going to be playing around those neutrals so often that you want to try and punish that.
Yeah, you want to try to make it so that she has to return. She's going to get slowed up right now. Miracle, gotta be careful here. HFN doesn't have refraction. Jackal! That was such a but it gets the job done. Miracle will claim the kill. They thought they were going to get the turnaround, but GH with the very nice shackle. He was 1 second away from that refraction, thought he could play that timing.
Feels a little bit like that Invoker game, how they know this OD is kind of a threat. In fact, he's putting himself on that high ground, attacking the tower routinely. They know that Pain's going to go for that kill eventually, and Liquid just always bring these extra heroes to make sure Miracle does all right.
Yeah. And this is going to create a little bit of space for Weehaw, who is struggling right now.
Yeah, that boy needs it. He does have level 7, so his spirits are online, so maybe he can actually
so much damage.
Hook shot in. Yeah, that was so much damage, but Weehaw, with the help of King RD, will be able to punish Mind Control. Shackle, not gonna land.
King RD gonna get sprouted up, and
he does have the Focus Fire, which is so dangerous with any kind of minus armor. That's what Kuro provides right now. King RD trying to juke his way through the trees, gets the Cogs with GH inside of it. That's unfortunate. Tavo trying to come in with the Underlord, not going to make a GH. Chased away. Miracle's going to try and take advantage of the Shackle shot. Jeez, look at him just blow up the support. Bloom sends him back, and now GH. Well, Miracle's here again, and GH is going to be protected by that OD. Kuro, he puts out far too much damage.
Quelling Blade, though, on the side of the TA. He does not want to fight Miracle at this point.
No.
A little bit just too annoying. He really wants to try to get that Deso. He's been so close so many times, Cap. He was on his way to a 12-minute Deso. The timing on it, the 2 deaths that he suffered slows it down by so much. Still in a very healthy situation when it comes to net worth, but what could have been.
And our Underlord, I think they wanted to make that more of a team fight. He tried to Dark Rift in. I didn't see what finished off the creep that he was trying to Dark Rift onto. But unfortunately, it meant that Liquid had the numbers to be able to run over that top lane. They've taken the mid-tier 1 tower. Now they're going to take the safe lane tower as well, it looks like, with Matumbaman having a very firm grab on this. We haven't talked too much about him, but he's got a diffusal blade with a 6,600 net worth. He is far ahead of
6,600.
Yes, I did.
That was sick.
You know, it was going to be 6,000, then it was 6,600.
That's why we're going to catch this year's TI finals. As in mid, mind control.
That is a dangerous combination.
Incredibly dead.
Did you say mind control? I did. Dude, we're definitely not doing TI this year.
Curl finds a kill on the top of GH. Gonna go in.
Oh, that corrosive haze. Careful of the tower shots. Weehaw has to back himself up.
Just gonna remnant away, reset things a little bit. Has that Maelstrom queued up. GH is looking for something.
Getting ahead of the TP. He does have one spirit left. So I don't think they can really go for that.
That would have been crazy. Yeah. Curl, you would die for that. Duster was prepared.
Wee's trying to just get that first big damage item for the Ember Spirit and the Maelstrom.
Middle tower
Wee's just trying to get anything right now. If I'm just 100% honest here.
Dire are scanning.
Weehaw would be pleased as punch to have that javelin. And he does! Huzzah!
And we've got a Desolator now.
This TA finally gets the Deso. It's still a good amount of farm. It's just what could have been.
Yeah.
Is the disappointing part. Is that HFN, those 2 deaths that were largely avoidable. They were both attempts at Miracle's life that just went awry.
And it also feels like the Desolator looks really good when you have good control of the game. Right? If your Ember Spirit was online and he was killing people and you guys were the ones controlling the game, that opens up Roshan with that Deso. But here in this game, your top lane's being heavily pushed into the tier 2. You've lost your mid-tier 1. You're either going to have to win a big fight against Liquid or you're going to have to sneak that Roshan. And both are a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, it's very problematic right now that they can't deal with Matumbaman. It wasn't an easy Slark game, but this is a much better PL game.
Oh, so they have vision of him? They have a ward down. So they can actually catch him with the shot, with the combination with the Disruptor. Matumbaman can't get out fast enough. Tries to get away. The clock puts him over the cannon field. They get the close back, though. And that will make sure he dies before he gets the doppelganger on.
Huge kill, GH. 500 gold. Whoa, walking up. You've got to be careful about this.
Fortunately, no shackle. And he already had a defensive spirit laid in place before he went to that high ground. He knew it was a bit of a gamble going for that 15-minute bounty rune.
That was a fantastic gank, by the way, by Pain. They knew that the bounty rune was coming up.
I mean, this is such a great kill combination. The Clockwork setting up the Static Storm from the Disruptor.
Yeah, they even get the D-ward off as Miracle. Doesn't really have any items, but is still representing strength right now. That's going to send everybody out of here.
Mass TPs.
Full retreat mode is they're going to shove in bottom. They're going to grab some of these bounty runes too. And Weehaw all of a sudden is slowly starting to catch up. He's not that far behind, and HFN has taken over.
That's played away, baby! That's played away, baby!
King RD may not be so happy. Nice 4-man smoke up, picks up the haste rune. He outrun this. Oh, he hadn't caused. He was good. Yeah. We could have just outrun everything.
And now Solar Crest amplified Roshan. They do not want to give this up. King RD with the instant buyback. He's going to rock it in. He's got hook shot. Everybody's going to get here soon, though. HFN trying to make his way over. Weehaw doesn't have a TP up, though.
Liquid know that they can't afford a fight inside of the pit, though, against an Underlord, so...
You can't give up that Aegis if you're either team, really. That's why they're not going to get it low enough where if they lose a team fight, they just offer it up for free. Yeah. Because that's still a TA with a Deso.
I like the fact that even though it would have been a panic moment, I heard the panic in your voice.
Yes.
Like, Weehaw did not have a TP. He just kept sticking out, right? He's still pushing out that bottom lane because he knows his Underlord has it in control.
He's got to come back, though, with the TP. I mean, absolutely.
You know Liquid's going to try and force it.
Yes, and they absolutely are as they go for the amp again. This is going to fall very quickly. Pain.
Well, they got to get in there. They got to start getting the Firestorm out already. It's at half HP with the Corrosive Haze as well as the Solar Crest. They don't put out the most physical damage, though. So maybe Pain, he lines up, but they're going to try and get inside the Roshan pit. Man's going to get caught on the 2. He's running down that pit with and that is going to be Liquid West inside the Roshan pit. GH is trying to poke. They want everyone away from HFN, but Pain, they wipe Liquid a 5-0.
Incredible team fight in the Roche pit. King RD, that is unreal. It was so tantalizing. They were just out of reach of it.
They're going to go to the bottom tier 2. They're getting extra out of this.
That was unreal. You're going to see it again.
Radiant
Look how close they wanted so badly. We are over the top,
and it's just outside of their reach.
They were so desperate. They were clawing at that cage. Couldn't do anything about it. King RD with the perfect positioning. Thought for a second he went in half a second too early, but the timing, you could not have asked for better timing as well.
Oh, what a good shackle shot from GH, but he's surrounded by so many heroes. The wind run is going to protect him for the time being. Disruptor already dead from the initiation from mind control. Goes on, he'll die as well. At the same time in the back lines, Kuro, who's trying to slow down these heroes, just got popped by HFN and Weehaw. But if he slows down enough, that's going to be worth it. It's going to be the Aegis down for the Ember Spirit. He has a Spirit out. Mind control set out. He needs to try and hit the stun. The shackles wasn't enough to be able to stop that stun, though. Weehaw has another Spirit jumping forward. Miracle still staying on top of him. No more Spirits for Weehaw, and Miracle will get the kill. Pain trying to get the extra bit here with the Dark Rift down to the bottom lane. Goes to that tier 2. Doesn't even get the objective and loses a very nasty fight.
That was not the discipline that we saw in game number 2. That was just them getting a little bit too overhyped. They're like, we got the Aegis.
Yeah.
I can get excited. I am a commentator, but if you're playing in this game, you've got to stay calm. You've got to continue to make the right reads. Grabbing the mid-tier 1 tower was great, but getting wiped like that was not the best, as Kuro, if he gets isolated out, could just die here.
But it's always hard against Nature's Prophet. King RD finally his invis wears out. Finally, he will go for it. Kuro has to get himself out with the tree usage. They do the whole shot, trying to finish him off. He does manage to get the kill, but now his life is forfeit. Surrounded by mind control as well as Miracle. He knows he's giving up support for support. Mind control at half HP. He's going to TP up to the top lane because Matumba Man needs him badly. The Firestorm is coming in. Matumba Man will not take out from that alone. And Pain, they had no more damage to throw out. So Liquid now going to swarm in with that smoke that they popped earlier.
So be huge if they can get HFN. She's still amped up. The bounty runes are spawning.
Radiant
they come back for the 20-minute rune too. So
Liquid knows their priorities, man.
Yeah.
Get those bounty runes. That game may or may not happen. That DD is being baited right now, but Miracle, thinking that nobody else is going to make their way forward, he's going to grab it before anybody else does.
Patience from Zoe.
And a tight game number 3. 3K lead for Pain, up 1 kill at 20 minutes. I love these two teams, by the way. It feels like they bring out the best in each other. They just battle.
Feels like a good example of the, you remember the Liquid Mineski series? Like those series were always really fun. At least one game was always really good.
Yeah, but that was always Liquid just coming out on top. This time around, Pain have a very real shot at knocking Liquid out of the major.
3K gold lead right now. They do have a Templar Assassin, Ember Spirit cores though.
Yes, no tower hitters.
These cores do not take towers very quickly. They don't have great high ground potential, and they're going to lose out in the late game against a Phantom Lancer OD. So this kind of gold lead, it's good for Pain. It's acceptable, but they got to keep growing it, right?
Right now, their lineup is full of killers. It's for team fight. The best thing about playing against a Nature Prophet is this hero doesn't really provide that much team fight. Hold that thought.
Mind control managed to get the blink away. King RT has the hook shot, will land it onto GH, push him back into the Underlord. GH will die. Try to scope the action tonight. Wasn't going to land.
They want the glimpse on him. They even get the rocket.
So they have double vision here. The sword. Oh, mind control. Nice combination there. The Corrosive Haste allowing him to one-shot the courier. No opportunity to pop that Divine Shield.
Liquid in full retreat mode. Thought they were going to get a fight. Only losing GH and that support Wind Ranger. And I know that sounds weird for people to hear. Like that TA doesn't hit the high ground very well. Hold that thought.
Oh, the Cogs push into the Static Storm, but Miracle does have that 4 seconds. But if he flips back into that, he has no damage while he's silenced, but it finally fades. He is able to top making sure they want Miracle dead. So he Dark Rifts to make sure the fight is okay. They lock down Miracle, he's dead, and they'll go now for the tier 2.
Very nice nab for them. Miracle just overstaying your welcome.
You were talking about why is TA, even though it's a death zone here, does great physical damage, why is it not a traditional objective taker?
Oh, mind control. Just getting it off.
Oh, pass! Wait, oh, careful! Don't trying to burn him out with a flame guard. Look at him, he under. Oh, he doesn't understand the distance. I was going to compliment Lee. I thought I was going to say he understands the Slardar to a T. He knows how big that AoE is, but clearly he did not.
If you come at the king, you best not miss. Oh, that's so rough. That is a fairly significant swing. I mean, 700 gold goes the way of Mind Control, who has no real way to farm, by the way. He's a Slardar.
Yeah.
He can crush waves and just dutifully right-click them, but that will get him a lot closer to his BKB than he once was. And Weehaw, who was really starting to catch up back into this game.
He takes a stumble down the net worth chart once again.
Yeah, so before we get interrupted by something like that again, HFN playing the TA, Refraction eventually just starts to not feel very good. You're more or less a melee hero. Once your BKB charges start to run thin, it doesn't feel very nice. Like, I don't know, this hero is more of a killer than just a straight tower hitter.
He's going to have a lot of poke, right? Like the Phantom Lance is going to run illusions at him. There's going to be Treants running at him, and he's going to have.
He's going to lose the Refraction charges very quickly, and then you just die.
Yeah.
In the early game, Refraction feels like the best spell, and as it goes on later and later, you're a 1700 HP hero with strength threats.
Yeah.
Like, that's not very promising.
It is made a little bit better with the addition of talents because we do have the refraction increase +4 at level 25, and HFN is well ahead when it comes to experience of most other heroes. So it will get bolstered a bit.
This hero just, you need to continue to scale though.
Yeah.
Like, you have to non-stop scale with TA. That's why like these kinds of heroes often, the upside is you have some ability to just like continue to get ahead, which is why like Nature's Prophet as a core or Templar Assassin, they're almost always going to be ahead of you in net worth as a result.
Good choice here from Mind Control's Furion going for the halberd. So that combination, you can see his objective, right? It's Solar Crest as well as halberd. He's just trying to bolster.
You say Mind Control? Oh,
excuse me, Curl.
You're used to...
yeah, I don't... Because you didn't get in the game, I don't have my own screen. Curl Furion. He understands. Look, it's just all about this physical damage coming out from the TI. I can protect people with Solar Crest as well as the halberd.
Yeah, we've got a Mantis style, by the way, picked up on Matuma Man, who is still pretty farmed.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of potential for Pain to get that kill, and Mind Control is going to be a little bit less of a factor. Just like your Slardar core, you're going to have to rely on your OD and your PL cores to really come through here for you.
Did you see that pickup?
What?
Duster, my man. That is a Vlad's. He knows he's not in it for him. He could get Force Staff, Glimmer Cape, Ethereal Blade or something. He could try and protect himself, but he's like, nah. I'm gonna get a Vlad.
That's armor for his team, dude.
Yeah, he's all about
he's got a buckler queued up. That is team play. He's like, guys, we have a serious armor problem.
Corrosive Haze.
Everyone here right now. Miracle gonna get slowed up. They've got the glimpse. The stun from
Mind Control with a follow-up from GH. He immediately just tries to lay damage in HFN, but HFN popping his BKB is a huge threat. That's why Miracle, he's just got to disappear from this fight while Matumba Man will take over, and sure enough, he does. He forces HFN back. Miracle now playing the distance. He can blink in if he wants to. Try and go for imprisonment.
They've got so many traps.
Weehaw has to jump away. Blade Mail activated by King RT just in time, so Miracle couldn't lay the damage onto him. Just so many traps to armor damage. A jump away from Matumba Man. He's caught by Weehaw. Brought down by the flight of Fist. He won't make it out today either. That teleport is canceled. A 1-for-3 exchange to Pain Gaming's favor once again.
And Liquid, they're so good at normally doing that, going for the disengage, grabbing a hero, trying to get more. There were so many traps down, though. I think Weehaw just started taking down.
Weehaw had a great read. He saw Miracle coming, played to the back line, played to his defensive spirit. While King RD, he pushed himself forward, and it was a great move, especially with the Blade Mail, just making it so this OD can't do anything.
There was zero chance that they were going to continue to take that fight. And now they're going to grab a tier 2 tower for their efforts. HFN getting the last hit on that.
A big BKB usage from HFN. That will open up the Roshan pit for them as well.
This is a big Rosh. The second one of the game. This is what's going to allow them to continue to take further map control and dissuade Liquid from taking fights. And this is the one that they want. Look at their lineup. They've got a Nature's Prophet with a Solar Crest first item, a Slardar. It's starting to get pretty low here.
Scouts it out. Mind control. Slight fist gonna miss. Mind control can get the blink inside the pit, but no one already got out. The BKB was already activated. Backline Matunga man hit by the hook shot. He already forces everybody out. And now the OD. He's on the river. He's on the low ground. They can just surround him potentially. They need to make sure he can't get the blink away, but he does. HFS. He makes sure blink is so strong right now. Miracle right now chasing him out of the fight. Trying to turn back into Matunga man. We're trying to finish up the road shot. Picks it up. But now they're locked inside with a pit. Matunga man, he gets away, but they can't afford to let him escape with that Aegis. They will deny him that. They glimpse him back. The pit will hold him in place, and they should have the damage. Kuro will die.
They get the last hit on the Aegis, but they lose so many heroes. They're all going to TP down the bottom.
Oh, they're going for the big play.
This is their game-winning move, potentially. There's no buyback on any of these heroes right now. Liquid, Slardar trying to go for the split push, but there's no way for him to deal with this.
They made the play last time, going for the tier 2, but the death timers were low enough that Liquid was able to punish that play. This time around, 30 seconds for Matumba man. There's no way Liquid can take this fight.
And when you're completely uncontested, then TA is a fantastic tower taker. They're going to get at least one set of racks off this. And here's where, are you being a little bit too greedy? PL up in 20 seconds. They're going to get the tower minimum. GH going to poke with the power shot. Going to get rooted up here. Weehaw pressing forward.
About him, but mind control. He's going to intercede. Mitch going to stop him in trouble, but you'll have to revive a little bit of time. Has another sleight of fist to be able to finish off GH and jumps away. Miracle, big bad boy Miracle. This is the dangerous guy. You've got to get away from him, but HFN, he gets him with a big time crit. Mind control's going to be locked inside the cage field with the setup sword, but after Randy is in trouble as well. They just brought down Liquid inside of their own face, and they just executed the horse. And now JJ is called, and Pain Gaming, they are the big boys of the field now, ladies and gentlemen. They are moving on to the playoff stage.
You cannot take anything away from these guys. Liquid played their hearts out. Today, Pain was just a little bit better. Very better showing by them. The Roche fights, everything went their way. They played to win this game.